Do you know what's the best feeling? When you start watching a film about which you know nothing and you've just read about the actors who are playing a role in the film, you know the genre of the film, you know the language of the film, and you just start watching it. You have no clue about the story, and the film leaves you pleasantly surprised. Not like a regular pleasant surprise, but like a superlative pleasant surprise. It leaves you very excited. You are filled with excitement, you are thrilled, you have a lot to talk about the film, and that's exactly what I am feeling today about Kumari. I've just finished watching Kumari. It's streaming now on Netflix. I'm not going to dive into too many details. I just wanted to make this quick video to talk about my experience of watching the film. No spoilers, don't worry about it. And before I start talking about the film, I just want to dive a little deeper into something else, something that was being discussed on social media, especially Twitter. Yes, Twitter, the most controversial platform. But yeah, something that was being discussed on Twitter about Kantara and Tumbbad. I first want to touch that, and then I'll quickly talk about my experience of watching Kumari. So after the release of Kantara and after witnessing its huge success worldwide, some people pointed out that Tumbbad did not receive such recognition right after its release. The movie picked up box office numbers and eventually became a cult classic after its OTT release, which is on Amazon Prime, whereas Kantara became a sensation from the first weekend itself. Now, both Kantara and Tumbbad have one thing in common, which is their deeply rooted storylines. When you say deeply rooted, what we actually mean is stories that are created or imagined by combining incidents inspired by mythology, culture, and tradition of a particular place. Something that has happened in the past, because the implications or the ramifications of those incidents are going to impact the lives of the characters in the present or the future. They are going to decide the character motivations, which will further help in devising the plot of the film. Without character motivation, the narrative will not progress. I mean, it can, but that progression will not have any emotional impact. But I feel that this is how you can define the deeply rooted narrative approach incorporated by Kantara and Tumbbad. Now, if we just talk about Tumbbad, it's a great horror film. I'm sorry, I don't think that Kantara is a horror film. It has 2 to 3 good jump scares, but I don't think Kantara is a horror movie. Anyways, Tumbbad is a good horror film. It is a film that is considered to be unmatched. In fact, I also believe that there is nothing that can level the greatness of Tumbbad, क्योंकि Tumbbad रोज नहीं बनती. What made Tumbbad a great horror film is that it combined a mythologically and culturally backed story with a true human emotion of the real world that served as the biggest character motivation: greed. Now, the reason why I'm blabbering so much is that I'm so happy about the fact that now Malayalam cinema has presented a film that has restored my faith when it comes to expecting some excellent horror films from India. I don't think Kumari is better than Tumbbad or Tumbbad is much better than Kumari, but what I will say is that the next time I think about some amazing horror films other than Tumbbad, the name Kumari will definitely strike my mind. This is a film that gives you everything: a deeply rooted story, strong character motivations, a narrative arc that is very much related to the conflict of man versus nature and man versus divine. The film ultimately makes a statement on how man's greed for power and immortality can cause the destruction of the world, whereas how a woman can bring prosperity and cherishes the gift of life, which promotes restoration. This is the best way that I can talk about this film without giving away any major plot details. I implore you guys to watch this film on Netflix. This is a great cinematic effort by Malayalam cinema that deserves your praise. A special mention for the beautiful cinematography of the film. There is a big use of natural lighting and natural surroundings in the film to complement the era in which the story takes place. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about Kumari because I had a great time watching this film. I also had a great time watching Puchandi, which is also streaming on Netflix. And if you want me to talk more about Tumbbad, here is a video that I did on Tumbbad and I compared with another horror film. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, long live cinema.